What's up, everybody? So, I just wanted to come on here because I had a little analogy that I wanted to talk about or give or whatever. But, so, yesterday we went to the carnival and they had rides, and my thought process and everything was like, I have been like, I've been revisiting like my past, like what did I used to be like before like life and kids and all the trauma and everything took over and everything. Like what did I like? What did I want? What did I enjoy? What did I like to do? What did I didn't like? All these things. And so for me, I used to like going to the carnivals. I mean, like I think it was like kind of like my auntie and like them, my mom, my grandpa he liked to go to like these things, and he would go to the car races. It was just like cool. And so whenever this one that was coming, like I wasn't like announcing it to the world or anything, but I knew in my heart, I was like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. And then so um oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain this, but I do because I was explaining it to my daughter just now. So it's like the zipper ride. Like there's a whole bunch of like two-seater rides, and then it goes like up and down like this, and then you just like kind of tumble and tumble and tumble all the way around. And so I had my two littles with me, and then so I asked my sister and her friend, but mind you, listen to this. Okay, so my sister and her friend were on the ride, and my son and my daughter were on the same ride. And so when they get done, and I'm like watching them, and I could only hear my sister, my younger sister, like scream a handful of times, like just like ah, like and whatever. and and so I'm like, okay, like it doesn't seem like that bad. I want to go. Okay, so I get inside, and then she sits in the outer. We get in. That guy like straps us down. He closes the door, and then it starts. And then like you just like, whoo! It's just nonstop, like flipping and feeling like it is so. It was really stressful. The whole time I had my feet like up against the thing. I'm like sitting there like this, and I am I'm sitting with my feet like wedged up against, and then there's like a bar right here, and I'm basically like holding on like this, like with like I'm tucked in. I'm not screaming. I'm just like have my eyes closed, and we were just like tumbling and tumbling and tumbling and upside down and way up there, upside down and stuff. And my sister's just like screaming and screaming and screaming, and literally, I am praying to God. I'm literally praying to God because I felt like the ride was like going super fast, and it felt like so demonic. And I was like, in my mind I was like, God please, God please, God please, like please, 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 like help us, like please don't let nothing bad happen, don't like and then I was like, God, please, like, make him stop, because it felt like we were going like super fast. And like the whole ride, my sister was like screaming her head off, like the whole ride. And it kind of, what I got this analogy from, and it's kind of scary. This is really scary because, you know, like when we end up in hell, when we beg God to help us and to hear us and to, you know, there will be no help. And I just feel like that is kind of like scary in a sense, and like it's gonna be like demonic, and we won't have no help. And like that's like that was like I was just thinking like the same thing as I'm in this ride. I'm like, like, dang, like this feels kind of like hell. Like, why does this feel like hell or something? And I don't know, it's really scary. And um I know a lot of people don't like me, but then you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where you live, where you go, where you travel, you try to travel overseas to escape like this thing. It'll follow you everywhere you go. No matter where you go, no matter where you try to hide, God. And I'm coming to know that, you know, but see, the perfect people, they don't. I was writing about this and I was like typing about this last night, and I said the perfect people that don't know what it's like to, like, this whole life is like a razor sharp double-edged sword, and anything that you say, anything that you do, anything, if you refuse to help this person and she is a daughter, or she's an elderly, or she's this or that, or he's a son and this and that, you know, everything is going to be used against every single one of us. And I'm not saying it's going to be used against you guys, because I am under the same thing as you guys. You know, and that's just how it goes, you know. I don't know, you know, the sooner that you realize that we are but merely human being, you know, our lives can be cut short at any time. It doesn't matter. I mean, the stuff that happened in my community is tragic. You know, young people should not be losing their lives. They should not even be engaging in gun violence. But I mean, you know, I believe the way that God would work is you backtrack it to the responsible person of that person, right? You could say, you know, but my thing is, like, and my other son didn't have a problem with like going out and, you know, wanting to be with other people, but my 11-year-old, he does. And now that he's getting older, I have to be the father figure and holler at them and say, you know, like, I don't want you out there. I don't want you to be engaged in all of this stuff, you know? But anyway, so yeah, you know, and, but it's just kind of, it's really scary how this life is, and how people refuse to turn to Jesus, to talk about Jesus, to, and you know what? One thing I see within Native Americans is we have a spirit of hatred and we have a spirit of anger. And you can say whatever. That is not your true identity. But it's funny how this life, but God puts us all through this testing. God does. It's not the devil. It's not, you know, I think that we're coming to a time where we're all figuring out that it's not the devil. God allows the devil to attack you because the pain, the trauma, the abandonment, the breakup, the brokenness, the having no money, having no food, having all of your problems are literally an invitation for Jesus to come into your life and help you. You know, it's kind of almost like a personal invitation, and you receive like the bad news. Oh, this one died, or oh, you got laid off, or you didn't get the job, or oh, you're not doing good here, you're not doing good there, you're this, you're that. You know, everybody turning against you, mistreating you. You don't have nowhere to live. You do have somewhere to live, but you're barely making ends meet. It doesn't matter what it is. We all struggle in different ways. But when you learn to turn to Jesus for every help that you need, and sometimes people, I mean, I do understand that, like, some people will only seek God for like what he can give them, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you seek him for what he can give us? It's not, but I used to say this, like, God, I want to seek you. How you prove that to God, like, I don't want what you give me, I want you, is you spend a lot of time with him. How do you do that? It's easy. Go into a room by yourself. I used to love going into the bathroom, but I like a clean bathroom, one that's not all like stinky and stuff. And so I could like sit on my floor and just kind of like open up and talk to God by myself. But unfortunately, living in a townhome, the bathrooms are conjoined. So I don't want to be in there and like just blabbing away and then having like people all hear my business and stuff like that. And that's not even important to God. God does not care who hears whatever. And same with my closet. This is the only closet with the doors on the closet. And so I would make that my prayer closet, but then I know that it's directly connected to the master bedroom over there. And so I don't want to do that. So therefore, I need to find somewhere, designate somewhere for me to be with the Lord at and actually go spend time with him. You know, everything is a thing to take us away from him. And, you know, like, I get so scared because I feel like I should get a job and do everything and all this and that. And, you know, and I do believe that. I do. But, like, and you know what? Something that I was thinking about today, I was thinking, like, you know what, Erica, like, dang, like, this, like, everything that God is calling you to do, you're gonna have to be brave, girl. You're gonna have to be brave. You know, it doesn't even matter. But I'm tired. The less people that you have involved in what you're trying to do, the better you'll be. And don't go blab everything to everybody, because I feel like that's where I mess up. I feel like that's how I mess up. I feel like I tell too many people because it's out of trying to find peace in what God is trying to tell me to do. Like, if I don't have a peace about it, then why would I do it? You know, if I'm like, well, if I go out there and he doesn't receive me and all this and that. Anyway, I don't even want to get into all the personal stuff. And that's why I want to build and grow my channel, but I feel like I just take it into a negative direction. And I'm trying, you have to be careful with the people that you meet in this lifetime. Like, I swear on my life, like, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. People are scorned, they're broken, and they're looking to push their hatred and their anger off on somebody else. Anyway, I'm not here to say anything bad about anybody. I'm not even here. I wish that I could just stick my head in the sand and allow everything to just pass by. I wish I could, you know, but then it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Okay, stop eating and fast for 1,000,000 days, and then, you know, seek the face of God every single day, every single hour of every single day. Seek him until he actually responds to you, and until you actually know what you got to do. Because no more of this leisure, like, oh, every day is just whatever. I feel like something is wrong with me, either medically or somebody's doing some kind of like sleepy spell or something. Because and at nighttime, during the day it's hot, but for some reason it's feeling like it's feeling cooler in here. But at nighttime, I don't know if this building like hikes up their heat on purpose, and I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. I'm saying that in this house, it feels overly hot. Like, it feels overly hot. So I'm like, and then so my energy bill is through the roof. So if you could donate or if you could help me, you know, but you don't have to. And I don't want nobody that doesn't want to help. And that's another thing, is like, I will get it on my own, you know. And be careful of the people that you don't want to help, because in the way that you don't want to help, and God will do that to you, but then people don't even use it as like a beautiful thing anymore. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, why her? You know what I mean? Like that. And it's just like, I'll stay away from you. I'll stay away from you.